Title: One Rainy Night, a horror story. It was supposed to be a simple drive. Arjun had an urgent business meeting in Shimla the next morning. He didn't trust early morning hill traffic, so he left Delhi late at night, braving the storm clouds that were already gathering. By the time he crossed Solan, the skies had broken loose. Rain lashed the windshield, thunder cracked like gunfire, and dense fog coiled along the bends of the hillside road like ghostly fingers. He kept his hands firm on the steering, eyes squinting through the wiper's frantic dance. It was then he saw her. A girl in a red dress stood silently under a peepal tree, drenched and shivering, arm outstretched. Her dress clung to her like wet paper, and her eyes held a strange calm amidst the chaos of the storm. Arjun slowed down, pulled over, and lowered the window a crack. She leaned in, her wet hair plastered to her face. "Please," she said, voice soft and urgent. "My mother's unwell. I need to get to the medicine shop. My scooty broke down." He looked at her for a moment. The rain, her soaked clothes, her desperate tone. Something in her voice felt hollow, but decency overruled doubt. "Get in," he said, unlocking the door. She got in, shivering slightly, murmuring a polite thank you. "And sorry, I'm all wet." "It's all right," Arjun said, trying to smile. "It's good to help someone in need." They drove on through the thick curtain of rain, barely able to see beyond a few feet. The only sound was the rhythm of the wipers and the occasional grumble of thunder. But slowly, something began to feel off. Rani, that's what she said her name was, sat with folded hands, staring straight ahead. Her skin looked unnaturally pale, almost bluish-white under the dashboard light, like blood had been drained from her veins. Arjun stole glances at her, but tried not to let his imagination run wild. "So, you live nearby?" he asked. "Yes," she said. "I teach little children in the village school, just a few kilometers ahead." The road twisted tighter around the mountain, and the fog got denser. Suddenly, the car sputtered and came to a halt. "What the?" Arjun muttered. "What happened?" Rani asked, her voice now laced with worry. "Let me check," Arjun said, and took the torch from the dashboard. He stepped out into the wet darkness, the beam of light barely cutting through the thick fog. He popped open the bonnet, muttering under his breath. That's when he felt it, a presence moving past him. Fast. He turned quickly. Rani. She was walking. Away? "Rani!" he called out. No response. She walked towards the edge of a cliff, just a few steps away. Arjun followed, slipping slightly on the wet ground. Then she stopped. Slowly, she turned to look at him. The face was now ghastly pale. Her eyes, dark hollows, lips, bloodless. Before Arjun could scream, she leapt off the cliff. He ran to the edge, his breath caught in his throat, his mind refusing to register what he'd just seen. But there was nothing. No sound, no scream, no trace. Terrified, heart thumping, he stumbled back toward the car. But what he saw next made him freeze. Rani was sitting inside the car, calm, dry, smiling faintly. "What happened? Why did you run toward the cliff?" she asked sweetly. Arjun was speechless. His fingers trembled as he opened the door and sat inside. Nothing at all," he mumbled, sweat mixing with the rain on his face. He turned the ignition. The engine roared to life. They drove in silence. The road, the trees, the storm, all seemed suddenly unreal. Arjun tried to keep his hands steady. From the corner of his eye, he could feel her watching him. And then, she said it. "Looks like you've seen a ghost." He glanced at her, his throat dry. "Do you believe in ghosts?" Rani looked ahead, her lips curling slightly. "Yes, but I've never seen one." The car slowed. The storm grew louder, like it was listening. Arjun turned to look at her. His face slowly twisted, pupils dilating, blood dripping from his eyes. His voice dropped to a whisper, heavy and dark. "And what about now?" The lights inside the car flickered. Outside, the storm stopped suddenly. Dead silence. Rani looked into Arjun's eyes, and her scream was the last sound the mountain ever heard. Legend says, on stormy nights between Delhi and Shimla, if you see a girl in a red dress under a peepal tree, don't stop, because it's not just her who's waiting. It's him too. And Arjun hasn't missed a passenger since.